Well, it looks like RuneScape 3 will finally be getting group Ironman content as a game mode, which I was waiting a little over 2 years for, but it's nice we are able to get it. There is one issue, and that is for content creators and streamers. Previously, when the Fresh World started, they paid 15 to 20 people who do not play the game to play for the first 2 weeks to help promote the game style. But most of those players had never ever played the game, and they were overwhelmed with the amount of settings, how the game looked, the ability to customize everything, drag it and stuff, in which case for players that were trying to help promote it, they can't really promote it too good because they did not know how the game actually worked. Although, of course, yes, you do get that new player experience, but the chat was helping players, the streamers, more often than the streamers entertaining, because let's say they couldn't find the magic tab for combat and stuff. That took some people about up to 20 minutes, believe it or not, because just of how complex the interface is and how everything is pretty much in one setting inside another, which I really hope they get RuneScape content creators this benefit of the doubt to say, okay, we'll give you 1 month of membership to help promote this as a little incentive instead of outsourcing it for players that have zero experience, and it will be a little bit easier on the viewers to know, oh, okay, so we don't have to spend 10-15 minutes to make sure he knows how to use teleport spells, combat, and all that stuff. For players that are new to group Ironman mode, it will be between 2 to 5 players, in which case you will want to designate roles and be like, okay, one person loves to AFK and can easily do fishing for like 10 hours. And then he can add that item to like the group storage. Someone who does enjoy active content like cooking, because it's probably about 40 seconds of AFK maximum, in which case that fisher who did 10 hours, the person that will be able to cook it, can probably cook it in about 2 hours or less, just because of how fast cooking is compared to fishing your resources. Now, some other things that could be a problem is that you will want all of your members to play a good amount of hours per week. You don't want someone to play, let's say, 1 hour a week and then that's it, as he will fall greatly behind compared to other people. Some other things would have to be the time zone. And you're like, okay, this guy is a Western, Eastern, or Australian, in which case it will be hard to be able to do group content stuff like dungeoneering, croases, raids, although raids does require 10 players, so I'm not sure how that will work. And then you will want someone that really enjoys gathering resources so that you're able to train smithing, herblore, cooking, mining, and fishing. Although there is some concerns, and that will be invention, because you're all able to augment items, in which case it will be untradeable, and then you're able to perk it, which means it will be only specific to your character. Now there is some other items that are degradable, like necks and barrels equipment, which you just need to go to Bob and he will fix it. You'll want to add the item to your storage unit, in which case that player will be able to get this. Some other known issues would be aura unlocks. Hopefully they do it just like Fresh Start World, in which case when you have your new account, all available auras will be active and unlocked, saving a lot of time, and the loyalty points are extremely tight-gated as a little locked account. And questing will be another big issue, because there is so many powerful unlocks and passives gained through questing that if someone hates questing, let's say for Prifdinius, and they want to gather both crystal and sandstone to make potion flask or crystal flask, and the ability to unlock overload recipes in the Malir district, which can be very beneficial as it gives you pretty much 2 extra doses while you are making herblore potions, because you will get 6 doses instead of 4 doses, in which case this is very time gated because you're only able to mine 50 a day. So the more players able to do this, the better. What I mean by all this information is that yes, I do have an old school RuneScape group Ironman account, which is level 100 with some fairly decent stats, as I was pretty active the first month or two, in which case I did get almost the quest cape, although I was avoiding some quests. And then here is the account summary, in which case you will be able to see all the quests, the achievements, the collections, the combat task, and more. But let's say you just go to the bank for now. This would be a perfect example of how the group Iron account will be. And somewhere on your screen, there will be a little tab showing up to 5 players who are on your team. So make your way to the bank pretty much, and you'll want to click it right here. Let's say you have some raw GP and your buddy needs 500k cash for something, and somewhere on your bank there will be a little group storage icon. You want to click it, add your cash, you'll be able to save, and then your buddy will open the bank on his account on the group storage, and he'll be able to take out that raw GP for, let's say, a next instance or something else, for maybe like summoning charms for the spirit charms and stuff to power level summoning. But that's not the only thing. You can also do this with a lot of other items. So let's say you have everyone doing the general shop storage for runes. You can get pretty much like what, 18,000 runes for elemental, which case that is very good, although that will be mainly important if someone is 4-tick auto attacking. Now there is some exceptions in that you are not able to add untradeable items like the void, your defenders, Darok, because that does degrade to degrade to a broken state over time, in which case it will not work. You will have to repair your Daroks, then add it back to the storage, which does mean having a locked invention, augmenting your items. It will be a bit of an issue, although I hope they do find a way around that, although the old school team did have a ton, and I mean a ton of issues, and yet they are still unable to fix it, because just on how degradable items do work, and for personal stuff. So like, let's say you're going for the Zyro crossbow from Nex, the Ancient Ceremonial, you'll actually need one full set, but if you do give it to the NPC for 10 million cash, it will be deleted, and hopefully they have that. It's permanent across all of your accounts for either you, if you're using alts to play pretty much by yourself in a sense, or let's say you want to log off, you'll want to give your buddy your best in slot range gear so that they can kill next without having to do that. But there is one other thing, and that will be the biggest issue, and that is the bank inventory space, because the bank is so lacking, and old school does this perfectly. You are able to use raw GP to unlock additional bank slots, which I highly suggest the RuneScape team do add this, because it is extremely important, as you'll be holding a lot of items. Thank you all so much for watching this, and enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment down below any video suggestions or questions you have, and I will try to answer them. And enjoy the rest of your day.